Welcome, everyone. Wait, we're not live yet. Hold on. This is dude. Okay, here we go. Ready? We had this yesterday. There was like this thing, and it started doing like a countdown after I went live.
Okay. Yeah, it's counting here.
Okay. Now it is. Welcome, everyone, to the Whovians cast live stream. I am your host, Matrix Lloyd 212, and I am with Scott. What's up, Scott?
Hello, all.
All right, guys. So yesterday, well, not even yesterday, hours ago, in the wee hours in the morning, 3 or 4-ish in the morning, my time, I grabbed Yvette and we came on the Whovians cast, and we were talking about the guy Philip Morris who finds the missing lost episodes, right?
Yeah.
So we're a fan of his because, you know, we love Doctor Who, and we love that he's making such an effort to try to find missing episodes and restore them, right?
Definitely.
So we are absolutely, you know, pro Philip Morris, right? But something happens on June 24th that usually if you watch his tweets, he'll tweet maybe once or twice a day.
Yeah.
On this date, some weird phenomenon happened, and he started tweeting every couple of minutes to where it was almost like his Twitter feed was up 1,000%. And since the 24th, he's been posting constantly about Doctor Who, like as if he was silent before, and now it's like everything is coming out, right?
Just the floodgates are open.
Right. So I was talking to Noel, and I was like, I first talked to Noel, and I said, Noel, something's wrong here, because
I wonder if somebody got hacked his account then.
Well, I was wondering if that was the case at first, or if somebody was telling him to post things, right? Something had to happen for this to create a new type of thing where he's more vocal, like something directly happens, right? Yeah. You don't just go from posting once a day to like 50, 100, 150.
Here's everything. Yeah.
Right. And it's not just repeating. It's like a whole bunch of stuff, like merchandise. Taking pictures of merchandise in the shop that it's clearance, and saying definitively, he says, that Jodie is gone and not a moment too soon.
For another year or two, I thought it was.
She's totally signed for Series 13.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Totally didn't even film yet.
No.
Got 10 episodes.
All this BS.
Right, so even with the coronavirus, with the delay, you're going to have Jodie Whittaker as a doctor for at least another year, maybe two.
Wah, wah, wah.
So I'm like, well, here's the thing. Right off the bat, not to be the one to discredit what certain people's claims are, because I am a fan of his, right? That is not true that she's gone very soon. Very soon is like a week soon.
Yeah.
And that's not happening.
You literally have to wait till either she or the heads of BBC come out and say, well, folks, Jodie enjoyed her time with us. She found a new direction she wants to go. She's going to do X, Y, Z episodes, and then we're gone.
I saw this as a trap immediately, because I was like, first of all, it sounds like if whoever it is, even if let's just say it is him, okay, for some reason he is catering too much to telling people what they want to hear.
Yeah,
that Jodie's gone, this, that, because like he posted a picture of,
if not a hacked account, what if somebody set up, this is going to sound conspiracy theorist, I know, set up a shadow one claiming that
this is his account for thousands of followers. So the thing was, the first sign of an alert is that he reposted a picture of one of these young kids, like they've been shipping Yaz and the Doctor, and he posts like, oh, is the Doctor and Yaz having a romance? Now, first of all, Philip Morris wouldn't be like a news hound agency saying, oh, is this going to happen? We got this covered, or ain't this the new, or some crap. Like, you wouldn't do stuff like that, right? And he's posted a picture of them together. I'm like, wait, what? And then since that same day, it's like multiple posts, and it's like, and then he's like, oh, you know, Doctor Who is terrible and this and that, and like, okay, he may not like what's going on, but it's so excessive. And then he's like, bye, Felicia. Yeah, but then he's using the gifts, bye, Felicia, bye, Felicia. Like, you even know what bye, Felicia is. Like, I've never really seen him post new age sayings or gifts or anything like that. Like, so I'm like, who the hell is taking control over Philip Morris's Twitter account, unless all of a sudden he got super educated with different things of how we talk and slang, and like, it just didn't make sense. You know, I mean, if it is him, great, okay, but could you talk to us and explain to us why one day you're posting once a day and now you're posting like 1,000 times a day? Like, I would like to know who pissed you off.
Yeah, definitely.
Into this nuance.
Because it sounds like he's either gone totally batshit crazy,
right? Like,
or
somebody took his charges and wrecked it or something,
or he's trying to just be trying to rub people the wrong way.
Well, how about this conspiracy theory? What if Chris Chibnall went to him and said, "Stop trying to find missing episodes. Fuck off."
Well, that's another one.
Then it would be like, well, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Fuck that asshole. I'm going to rip his shit apart. But even, here's the thing, even though, right, say Chris Chibnall pissed him off, and right? Why go on, like, why don't you say that they pissed you off? Why go on like a tangent like Doctor Who's done?
So a lot of these people who are not even, I don't say not connected with Doctor Who, but are not connected with the show itself, you know, they're going to come out and go, you know, this person said this. They'll stay in a very polite and nice way. Right. But they'll say, yeah, this person did this, this, and this. And have it at that.
Right. He would say, I'm Philip Morris. Chris Chibnall came to me. He's an asshole. That's it. It wouldn't be like, Jody sucks. This one sucks.
No.
Sucks. Look, there may be some things that are true, like the action figures. Like, look, if you're a kid and you have a doctor as a figure, where's the villain? You don't have a villain, then who's she gonna fight? So it's just female Jody. That's fucking boring action figures, right? Because you don't have anything with it. So it's clearance. Yeah. Obviously, it ain't selling because you don't know how to cater to the kids, that you need to put villains or heroes, and put the Jadoon in there, put monsters in there with the figure set with Jody. You don't just put Jody, right?
No.
That work in the toy industry will tell you, when you get a box of action figures, let's say it's like Spider-Man, you have to have Spider-Man villains in that set because the kid can have Spider-Man fight the villains. You can't just have a box of Jody as the 13th Doctor and leave it at that, because that's totally bad marketing.
Because if you're going to do it, just do it as a single figure box instead of like, here's your box set, here's Jody. What else do you get? Here's
if I need to explain to them, I'll explain to them.
Get an alternate version of a Dalek, the TARDIS, maybe just like some little funky little thing from that little creature that ate her sonic screwdriver. No, just Jody.
I'll look at the camera and I'll explain it to them, okay? You're an adult creating toys, merchandise for your child, okay? If you're doing action figures of the 13th Doctor, Jodie Whittaker, you can't have a box of Jodie Whittaker, 13th Doctor. You need to have Jadoon in there. You need to have Cybermen in there, Daleks in there for the hero to defeat the villains. Yeah. Because if you have a case of just a doctor, what are you going to do with that action figure? Because you're an adult now. You're not a child. So you think the kid's going to wave the doctor in the air fighting air? So this is why it's going clearance. Because there's no common sense.
Did in that where she blew up the handkerchief monster, basically.
You need the hero and villains in the case.
Exactly.
Common sense. And when you do have that, then you have a more successful line. Exactly. It's like when they made the Fantastic Four figures, right? They put the Fantastic Four figures in there, and at the time they didn't think women figures could sell. So you'd have one Invisible Woman per 20 cases, which is stupid. So you would never get the Fantastic Four, first of all, just together, right? and you would ruin and break these kids' hearts.
Yeah.
And then you wouldn't even have villains for them to fight, which is really effing dumb. They used to do that with the Batman line, and then they were too stupid to realize that Batman color blue, Batman color yellow, Batman color green, all different variations of Batman figures with no effing villains in the case. You're an adult.
Yeah.
You got to sell to the children. You got to have stuff for the children to play with. You have to have villains. Common sense. I would think, but these people don't fucking get it. And they're like, why did the whole Doctor Who line fail? Because you got Jodie with steampunk glasses and then Jodie regular, and there's not even a fucking companions in the case either.
No.
Common sense, guys.
Yeah, if you're going to do something like there's 2 Jodies and then a monster, or a Jodie and 2 villains, fine. But definitely put something a villain.
If you have a big Jodie in the case, you put a big master in the case.
Yeah.
Common sense. Sasha Dewan, big master in the case, right? Yeah. You put a Jadoon in a case. All right, you have those big sets, right? So get a big Jadoon, get a big Jodie, get a big Joe Martin Doctor, throw that in there.
Ooh,
then you got
that would have been cool. You know how Marvel does those? I can't remember if DC does
Legends.
But I can't remember if both do it, but do the build the figure. Well,
yes.
They did. I forgot about my robot.
They could do build an Omega or some shit.
Yeah.
That'd be good. Or build a Pating or build whatever, like Tim Shaw, whatever. But still,
the thing would be like a little bit bigger than it is, but at least
right. But still, get a little piece, right?
Yeah.
But like you need to have like Master in it, June in it, Cyberman and Dalek in it. You can't just, even though the show just started, right? You still put a Dalek in there. You still put a Cyberman in there. Because that's one of the Doctor's villains, even if she wasn't going to fight the Cybermen in Series 11.
That first Spider-Man, that first Dalek special they had, they could have
made figures of that right away.
You could either put that Dalek in it, or they could have set it up as one of those build-a-figures.
Right. So I think you and I covered pretty much like with the action figures, right?
Yeah.
Wise, or like merchandise-wise. Same goes for like, okay, I'm gonna also too. We used to have not only the sonic screwdriver, but we had the vortex manipulator toy, the laser screwdriver toy, River Song sonic screwdriver. This one's saying this. Why, when you put out the Jodie's 13th Doctor's sonic screwdriver, why don't you put out, like now you could put out the tissue compression eliminator toy, or the Jadoon gun, or the Cybermen heads, or something like. You don't just put out,
because that's what I was thinking. Unless in their minds that looking at when they look back on, well, that looks like one of those vaporizer things which people use to smoke. Unless that's what they're thinking, like I said,
right.
But
so that's the marketing aspect. Now here's another thing. I always thought of Big Finish as an alternate universe to Doctor Who. And for a while, they didn't like that term, because if they had that term, that would mean that people would purposely not listen to it because they would feel that it's fake, right? So like, no, we're canon. No, we're canon. No, we're canon.
That's otherwise.
So then Chibnall they have the haunting of Diodati, and it kind of casts doubt that Big Finish is canon, right? I mean, because it's impossible that, you're trying to maneuver like it had. So then, now David Blight sent something to me today that they're having this whole thing about Missy. And if I'm correct, David Blight, or not, tell me in the comments, because I know you will. But you're saying that she survived Dr. Falls. She becomes a good guy. She calls herself Lament or whatever. And she goes back in time to battle herself as Missy and ruin all the plans that Evil Missy had. Well, first of all, that's not allowed to happen. Because in Doctor Who, they even established...
Even the Master knows it's that they're not going to cross... They wouldn't risk crossing their own time.
The same incarnation. The same incarnation.
Yeah.
Like, Russell T. Davies has established, like, that the Doctor can play around with the timeline. Like, he went back in time, and he met Martha before he met her, and he moved his tie up, right? Okay. But you can't... And even when they had the Ninth Doctor and Rose go back in time, and they saw the Ninth Doctor and Rose watching that, they interfered, all hell broke loose, right?
Yeah.
So it's established you cannot directly alter your own line in your own incarnation, right? So if a good Missy tried to stop a bad Missy and the outcome is different, then that would mean that the evil Missy is aware of the good Missy and would never become the good Missy.
Yeah.
Common sense. And the timeline will be paradoxed and altered. So you can never have the same timeline. But like, it's like they threw the thing out the window, and they're saying now that the evil Missy kills the good Missy. Well, what's the point of that if you already have John Sims Master Killer in the first place?
Yeah.
Now you're repeating it, but for a stupid story, which doesn't make any effing sense. You can have multi-Doctor stories, right?
Basically, that was based on Time Lords, and they established that the fact that once they return to their proper timeline,
they have their memories
erased from their memory.
Right, they have their memories erased. But if a good Missy is constantly battling a bad Missy, the memories are not going to get erased because they're constantly battling each other, and they're going to be aware of each other, and it's going to be a paradox. Like, okay, the first Doctor and the 12th Doctor. The first Doctor did go and regenerate, but didn't remember the 12th Doctor after that, right? Unless they came across each other with the crossover. Like, in other words, the third Doctor and the second Doctor were in the Three Doctors episode, Battling No Longer, right? When they went back to their timelines, their memories were blocked of that event. When they encountered each other in the Five Doctors, they're like, oh, you. Because they remember the Three Doctors.
Yeah.
Because they're together in this multi-Doctor story, so all the memories are back.
Yeah.
Right? And they're like, okay, so the first Doctor be like, okay, I remember dealing with the second and third, and now this is the fifth, whatever. So, like, the memories return when they're back together, right? But when they go to separate ways, it's blocked.
Yeah.
Which is how I believe I try to explain the Morbius Doctors, which is not really the Doctors. It's like futuristic Doctors, possibly, that the Fourth Doctor encountered that is blocked in the subconscious, and it only got unlocked when they're having a Time Lord duel, right? So that's what I felt those Doctors were not past Doctors, future Doctors.
Exactly.
Because time is not a straight line, like, backwards. You go forwards also, and I know it's limited to people's intelligence to figure out that, oh my God, the Morbius Doctors are future Doctors, but this is a time travel show, and the Fourth Doctor did encounter future Doctors, so Five Doctors, get over yourself. Like, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? So, like, the Morbius Doctors are not past Doctors, okay? But I'll leave that for people to explain because, again, people are not getting it. So now Philip Morris, going back to Philip Morris, he's posting like, Jodie's gone. That's it. Like, and I'm noticing that if he posted this, right, this whole thing about how Jodie's done, right? And then all of a sudden I see Nerdrotic doing this story. I wasn't aware of Philip Morris's stuff at first. So I'm like, oh, he's got it from Philip Morris, thinking that this is real.
Yeah.
When it's not real. It's just somebody pissed off trying to put their opinion in there, making it that it's reality. Please don't get offended, Philip Morris. I'm sorry. But, I really doubt that
here's another thing that just popped in my mind. what if Philip is trolling people?
Well, that's the thing too, but trolling who? People on his side or both sides?
People.
Just trolling both sides? Just fucking around?
Just fucking around. Just, you know, in this age of cancel culture.
I'm bored.
In this age of cancel culture, I'm going to fuck with both sides.
Fuck with everybody, right?
I'm just going to totally fuck the hell out of both sides. So, tweet here. Oh, this side's not pissed off enough. Tweet here.
Everybody's pissed off.
Now let's get both sides in it.
Right.
Here. So
he's locked down, can't do shit. And he don't play video. Maybe he don't play video games. He's like, I'm just gonna fuck with people. That's my entertainment.
He was born off his ass.
You might be right. Let's fuck with people.
It's like one of those days. Like I'm bored as hell. I've already reported all that I want to do.
I'm just gonna become the yard and I'm gonna fuck with the universe. Right? I'm gonna be the yard and I'm gonna fuck with the universe. That's basically it. Yeah. Right. Doctor wakes up, regenerates. I'm the fucking Valiant. Let me fuck people up, including myself.
That's right.
So he went full. You're saying he went full Valiant.
That's right.
You're saying Omar.
Exactly.
Fuck it. World's too short. People probably might die. We don't know. Fuck it. Everybody might die. Let me just fuck with people.
Their supplies are running out. They're about to strangle everything that's inside the house. So
that people are making videos about what he's saying, but not mentioning it, right?
That's
right. And he's watching. He's look at these assholes.
Yeah,
these fucking assholes. Huh? Believe in my shit. That's pretty funny, Scott.
How do you? Come here. Look at them.
Look at these fuckers. Believe in what I said. Right. So you think that's what he did? That's hysterical.
Here.
Look at these motherfuckers doing stories on my shit. That's hysterical. That's fucking hysterical. If he did that, you know what? Hats off to him, man. Folks. Hats off to him. Because nobody fucking. Well, I didn't fall for it. I mean, but like, wow. Whovian detectives right here. Look at that shit. That's the best Doctor Who lockdown story ever. Phil Morris going full Valiant. Fuck everybody.
I don't care anymore.
Right. They're gonna take the police off the police box and fuck it. Fuck it. But still, people lost their shit though. They did. Like Mr. Tartar's reviews lost his shit with him.
Oh God. Joe. Hello, Joe. Joe.
What was that?
I don't know. You paused for a second.
Jesus Christ. So, like, yeah, he pissed off a lot of people. Mr. Tartar's reviews had some stuff to say to him. And then so did everybody else. But like I was telling Noel, I'm like, this is too... to me, it felt like a trap. I'm like...
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was going to bed because otherwise he would have been on a cast with me last night. But I told him I was doing a cast, though, and then Yvette came on. But I think he's doing his live. I mean, he might be doing a live stream now. I'm not sure.
I didn't see anything. I'll look again, but I don't remember.
So, like, I listen, Philip Morris, like, hey, man, you know, all cool, but, like, could you come on here and explain yourself? It would be nice. Or could you tweet what the hell you're doing? Because, again, I know if somebody did piss you off, though, then could you just say, like, who pissed you off? Like, could you say who disrespected the great one? You know what I'm saying? Like.
No, please, he's not on. He's not on.
Please still look for missing episodes. Don't let this.
Please
don't let this like upset you. Like, don't throw K9 across the room like I did and broke K9's neck when Jody Riddick was revealed as Doctor. Although it's a long time
in the past. I know I've said this umpteen damn times in the past.
Yeah.
So it's just like beating a dead horse. But I still think if you cannot find enough of the episode, and the animated stuff looks good, if they could do it the same way in which they did with David Tennant's Dreamland, or whatever that one was.
Right.
If you can't do it that way, which I wish they do. I wish they would do it more that way than that total second 2D animation. But what I wish they would do is take today's actors, today's technology, still film in the same black and white version, and then release it. And then, granted, on the back cover you have the original actors, but on the inside and in like the who's who, that's when you have the thumbnail of all the actors who played that part. But because I always thought that would be kind of cool, is that they would just take today's.
I'm all for the animation thing, but if they actually come across the real parts, I'm for restoring it the way it was intended.
Yeah, same here. Same here.
I do have a pet peeve, though. I'm going to tell you. I don't like shoehorning in.
Oh yeah.
The Master Sacha Dhawan into old Doctor Who things.
Yeah.
Because I have a real listen. I love Doctor Who. Don't get me wrong, but I have a real problem with that. Because if it wasn't there originally anyway, I don't want you altering the serial to make it where it's accepted, or putting stuff in there that wasn't in there already.
That's just, to me, that's Chibnall just saying, look, here I'm adding my little 2 cents to the original series.
Yeah, I once you start doing that, I won't buy those episodes if it's not the original. I never liked when George Lucas did weird shit with Star Wars, and then all of a sudden, like, there's new dialogue, and Darth Vader's like, stupid shit.
And when Luke was hanging upside down in the second movie, they actually showed the creature coming to you. To me, the original cut.
Yeah, they put that shit in there, right?
Flashes or just that.
You don't need that. Right. No, I don't need to see that.
I mean, granted, Cloud City is understandable.
Well, they made better graphics, right? I understand. They made that was fine.
In the case of Cloud City,
but you're changing the Ewok's eyes.
One of us or somebody else was explaining this.
Greedo was saying malarkey.
Yeah, you got a city up in the sky. Of course, you're going to have all open area.
Right. And then they changed it now. And do you need to have Greedo say malarkey? No. Or stupid, or whatever the fuck it is. So, like, I definitely want my original trilogy.
Yeah, I want my original trilogy. I want to keep
like intact, where Han shot first.
The latest master of being in the past stuff.
Right, the Han shot first and everything. But I don't want Doctor Who altered where you're going to throw Sacha Dhawan's master in the faceless ones or whatever. No. I won't buy it flat out, knowing that that's what's going to happen. Because to me, it's like you're force feeding us stuff.
Yeah.
That we may or may not accept, but doesn't belong to the enjoyment of the original stuff. Like, we didn't see him there the first time because he wasn't even born. But like, don't put that stuff in there. Just give me a faceless one.
That's just Chibnall going in, going. I'm gonna screw with the original series. Let's just do this little thing here.
I don't know if Philip Morris is part of that, because I doubt he would want that either.
I don't think he is.
But Philip Morris, please, come out and talk to us, or even if you don't want to talk to us, that's fine. You can just tweet stuff. I mean, I really would like to know where you're going with all this, because again, Jodie is not leaving. She's doing Series 13. So if, let's just say it's delayed, then Jodie is the Doctor till 2022 probably. And you saying that she's gone any minute, that's a lot of minutes from now to 2022. So I understand if maybe you'll be angry or maybe you're trolling, whatever, but she's not leaving anytime soon. That's the whole point. Like, unless they say Doctor Who's canceled tomorrow, which they're not, she has a whole entire series to film.
Yeah, she's got to finish up her run.
And from what I was told by my source,
she doesn't even get a chance to do that.
What I was told by my source is that there's a 90% chance she's re-signing, which would be a whole another Series 14, which is a whole other 10 episodes plus a special, which is a whole year after that or more after that. So Jodie Whittaker's not going anywhere. Now, again, if your enemy is Chibnall, don't make it Jodie Whittaker. Just let's say what you can say about Chibnall.
It's not Jodie's fault that she's got a piss poor screen head.
I blame Chibnall for the writing. I do. I want, like, Colin Baker got a fair shake on Big Finish audios by different people writing for him, and he's fantastic on Big Finish. I feel the same way that Jodie needs to have a new showrunner and new writers.
Yeah,
she will be phenomenal if she has a new direction.
Somebody was talking about like, why can't it change things up? Why can't they have an American be the showrunner?
Like Neil Gaiman. Well, I mean, like whatever. I mean, I don't know. I mean, my thing is,
I understand the actor. Maybe you want your main actor to be British, but I mean, come on, change it up some.
Tom Baker's my doctor, also, by the way. All right, so you got to look at Doctor Who show like a boxing match and a boxing coach to the boxer, right? You got to look at, like, for an example, right? Mickey was Rocky's coach.
Mm-hmm.
And he was sick and he was whatever, but he was his coach. And he really didn't want him to fight the guy. So he didn't really, and he wound up dying, right, during the match. And Rocky, lost the title, right? So he gets a new coach, like, Apollo and whatever. And then all of a sudden he kicks, Mr. T's ass, right? Clever Life, right? So you got to look at Doctor Who like that Jodie needs a new coach, new showrunner, new writer that's going to make her develop mannerisms.
And right now, the writing really doesn't show her, the show, or even the people she's working, even her companions, any respect. They haven't really properly developed Yaz. If somebody came in and said, okay, Yaz is a police officer, and they wrote her in a manner in which, granted, she's an up-and-coming police officer, but nonetheless, if they wrote her in such a manner to show that she was an up-and-coming police officer, then I think a lot of us would be like, oh, Yaz is cool. But the way they've got her written, it's like...
Well, the way they got it written, first of all, I'm a writer too, right? Not that I'm saying I'm better than Chibnall, right? But I'm looking at him and I'm looking at her in the opening episode of The Woman Fell to Earth, and she's a parking ticket cop. Yeah. And she's not that good.
No, she's not.
And then you twist it to make it that she just doesn't want to go back to work. Then you twist it again that she's the best cop ever with the greatest potential, but you got to go back to work. Now, it was never established that she was the best fucking cop ever with the best potential. It was established that she couldn't even be a parking attendant cop, and she was bad at her job. And then it was only until the resolution that she was trying to act like a cop and detective and was being good. Mm-hmm. But then you have Graham telling her she's the greatest thing ever with no means of why she's the greatest means ever. And now with the culture that it is where people feel that cops are bad, he's going to change the whole thing.
Of course,
probably, where she doesn't want to be a cop at all. Like, where maybe she was going to be like super fucking Torchwood cop, whatever, when she leaves and be like, running the Jejune or whatever the shit. Now he's going to take her out of the equation of being cop at all and make her something completely different because he's afraid of the backlash of all that stuff going on.
Shouldn't be
protesting, right?
Yeah, all these people who are afraid of this cancel culture shouldn't be. They should stand up to him.
So I mean, he's got to really be like when he writes his stuff. He can't have yes men like Moffat have yes men. He's got people in there saying, "Listen, dude, you can't have it this way because not that yes, sir, that's great. Yes, oh yes, Tatooine killed her kid over and over and over again, child abuse, and this is the founding thing of why it's great to be a Time Lord, and this is why the Doctor is so excited to become a Time Lord because he died over and over and over again. Fantastic. No, you got to talk to him when he's doing this shit and saying, "Look, dude, that's fucking creepy. Yeah. That's fucked up." You got he can't have a yes man. He's got to explain shit to him. The ego has got to be deflated a little bit, so you don't look like an asshole. And you got to be like, dude, you know, if you do this, that's going to make it that the first Doctor is not the first Doctor. You're going to fucking piss people off. And then, and also you would have somebody say, look, dude, do we need to have two major fucking story arcs in the same year? Because one is going to distract from the other. No one's going to give a fuck about the Timeless Child because they care about the first black female Doctor, Joe Martin. So they're not going to give up one storyline is going to become the popular one. And the other one storyline, nobody's going to give a fuck about. So right now, everybody is for Joe Martin being a Doctor. But they're like, the fan base is like,
because
split about the Timeless Child.
Because Joe Martin is acting like the Doctor should act. Where Chibnall is, which I still think, I think we can discuss this, I think Chibnall was somewhat pissed of her going off and doing that one little side thing. And so he came back and nipped her that way.
Maybe.
But yeah, I think because Martin is being the Doctor in which everybody.
But she doesn't have to be the first Doctor. She could be after Jodie lies.
Yeah, definitely.
Because the Doctor lies because trying to protect the timeline. She could be after Jodie. And then when Jodie regenerates and you see Joe Martin, it's like, oh, okay. Which I'm expecting to see that. I'm fully expecting Jodie Whittaker to regenerate into Joe Martin and Joe Martin be a 1 year Doctor, 1 season Doctor. That's what I'm expecting.
It'd be great if she was even 2, but yeah. But Martin is acting more like the Doctor, which everybody wanted. And if Chibnall had just written Whittaker in the way Martin was, I think everybody would have been more open-armed and welcoming Whittaker more. But they don't. They're writing her as if she's this blonde bimbo who's just there to go, give me an A, give me a B. What does it spell? I'm your counselor. That's all she is. She's acting like a damn camp counselor.
All right, let's read some comments. We got some comments. Okay, let's see where I start. Stephen, I think her being police was Chibnall's nodding towards Broadchurch. She was written more like a college student. Okay, yeah. And then JM said, yeah, cops right now have bad rap. Seems Hollywood are avoiding that at all costs unless they make the cop a minority. I agree with that. Also, I wonder if you guys have watched the TV show Supernatural. Cracks me up. Good humor. First 5 seasons were excellent. I was originally going to see it when it first started. And for some reason, I didn't. I don't know if you saw it, Scott, the first 5 seasons of Supernatural. I'm going to get into it eventually.
The first 2 seasons.
I'm gonna get into it eventually, though. Matrix and Blind, what do you think of having an entire series set in one time zone, one story spread over an entire series? I would be for a key to time type of thing.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole season, like where they're going all these different places, you know, like a mission, like importance. That would be like that would be really good.
So long as one thing happens. They either do one of 2 things: keep the Earth Adventures either parallel to the non-Earth Adventures, or have it fluctuate between 1 to 2 more than the other. We cannot always have them on Earth.
Yeah, get off Earth. Like make them build sets and spend more money. Yeah. Get off Earth. I want a whole season off Earth.
Same here.
It won't happen, but I want that. Yeah. So I feel like it should be like the Rocky movies. You have different coach acting coach, whatever. The showrunner is sort of like an acting coach, director, everything, right? Telling her, I want the Doctor to act like this. I want the Doctor to be pissed with this. I want the Doctor to jump at this line. Yeah. I want the Doctor to flip on this line. I want the Doctor to be soft-spoken on this line. The showrunner is an acting coach, is developing the character of the Doctor. She needs another coach.
Yes, definitely.
That's it.
She needs another coach. And granted, here's another thing. I could understand, plus with the showrunner, I understand it's his show. Don't get me wrong. But do 1 or 2, if you've got like 10 episodes, okay, you do 3 episodes and you allow the other writers to do their stuff. Granted, come in and say, okay, this may need to be tweaked. They're not going to buy this. But to me, coming in and go, no, all the way, and actually rewrite, no, I don't agree with that either. So,
see, now if you had somebody watching over Chibnall's stuff,
definitely.
they would say to Chibnall, listen, dude, we need to do another 2 lines because Graham's coming to the doctor talking about cancer and she's not giving a shit.
She's really
That's going to look really fucking bad. So if we don't do it in this episode, the next episode immediately, she needs to say this because she's going to look like a total fucking snob asshole.
She just looked like
if she doesn't. And you cannot be socially awkward if you're traveling throughout the universe battling millions of different races. It's fucking impossible. Social awkward's a humanistic thing, and it's something humans do. She cannot be. She would never be able to battle any villains or interact with any race if she was socially awkward. It's a fucking paradox. So he's wrong about that. Wrong about that. And what are you going to say? In every incarnation now, one incarnation's not socially awkward. The other incarnation is socially awkward. Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Well, they had that one ultra shy one in Curse of the Fatal Death.
I mean, it's she can't be like that.
No.
She can't be fucking like that at all. The novel Tara Kane would be an excellent Doctor Who story. What's that about? Tara Kane. I have to look that up. All right, so we're going to get out of here now. I hope you guys enjoyed this edition.
Yes,
this is episode 1809, I believe. Yes. 1,809 episodes of Doctor Who podcast, Whovians guest. Yes. And we will be continuing on more. I hope you enjoyed it. And next time, hopefully, we can get the gang back together, more members. We got Yvette back. We got Scott back. Hopefully we get to see Vaughn and Sally and Chris and everybody. All right. Thank you. Oh, wait. And let's not forget the boys are leaving, which might be a blessing because the doctor. Oh, okay. Let me just say something about the boys leaving comments about, Stephen Donald said. Here's what my take on this is. Whatever they were scheduled to do before with COVID, everything is fucking delayed or fucked up, right? I don't mean to curse, but so there is a possibility that when Doctor Who does resume, right, that if they were leaving, they might not be leaving anymore because they might be finished filming whatever the hell they're doing, and Doctor Who will be filming so late that the fam doesn't leave at all. So just keep that in mind because the scheduling is totally all over the place. You may find that when it returns that maybe the boys, meaning Bradley Walsh and Tosin Cole, may be still part of filming. So just keep an open mind on that.
We got cheated out due to the COVID thing.
Keep an open mind about that.
2, 3 more episodes or 1 or 2 more episodes.
Yeah, keep an open mind about that. And if we just get Yaz, okay, but there's nothing in there that shows me a romance at all. It shows a mentor status. Like the doctor's a mentor to Yaz, and she looks up to Yaz and their friends. No, I don't know where anybody would get like kissy and all this, where you would get that from. There's nothing in there established yet at all.
You're trying to turn into another Xena.
Nothing's established in there in the beginning, then it shouldn't be at all. All right, guys. Take care. Bye for now.